Google Drive, Dropbox, and iCloud. We've all handed our files over to these companies without a second thought. But what if I told you there's a self-hosted alternative that's designed to work even when you have no internet connection? Today, I'm going to show you Phylum, a completely free open source self-hosted cloud storage platform. This video was voted on over the weekend in the Servers at Home Discord. Cast your vote, make sure you're part of the Discord server. If you're not, you can find an invite link in the video description below. I'm your host, Evan. Let's get started. Starting on TrueNAS, we're going to create a data set for all of our data to live in. I store all of my config datasets in my tank pool under my configs dataset, and I'm going to add a dataset in the top right by clicking the Add Dataset button. I'm going to call it Phylum. Leave the dataset preset as generic and click Save. When the warning comes up, click Return to Pool List. At the very bottom right in the Permissions box, click the Edit button. Change the group to Apps. Click the Apply Group checkbox. And then make sure this group has full permissions, and we're going to do that by making sure all 3 checkboxes are checked for the group line. I don't want anybody else besides the root user or the apps user to have permission, so I'm going to uncheck the boxes for other. Click Save. I'm going to be deploying Phylum through Dockge. If you don't know what Dockge is, there's a link in our video description below. To start a new compose stack, in the top left, click the plus compose button. Give your stack a name. I'm going to call mine Phylum. Remove all the placeholder information on the right. Now jump over to my wiki, and if you don't know where this is, there'll be a link in the video description below. In the search box, type Phylum. When you see it come up in the results, click the orange bar. In section 1 for deploy Phylum, go ahead and click the copy in the top right to copy the entire compose YAML, and go back to Dockge and paste it. Within this compose YAML, you may have to tweak a couple of things. First, I put my dataset in the configs dataset on my tank pool. If you didn't and put it somewhere else, make sure that you adjust the volume outline here and down here in the database section. Once you've done that, click deploy. Now that this is running, you can click the 2448 pill to open up the server. We see here it has automatically filled out the instance URL where it's located, and I can click next, and it asks me for an email and a password. Phylum does not yet support user creation through the UI. This must be done all through the command line. To do this, go back to TrueNAS, go to System, go to Shell. We need to switch to root user, so type in sudo su and hit enter. It will ask you for your password. Once you type it in, you should see the hashtag appear at the end of the line indicating that you are a root user. Jump back over to the wiki, scroll down, step 1, to create a user. You need to copy this whole line and then pasting it in the TrueNAS shell. This line goes into the Docker container and then does Phylum admin user create for the admin@test email. If you want to change that, go ahead and change admin.test to another email you want. If you're okay with admin@test.com being the email of your admin, just click enter. It's going to ask you for your full name. I'm just going to call it admin. And it's going to ask for a password. Once I get back here, I know that that has worked. Let's jump back to Phylum and now use my admin email. Now that we're in the dashboard, using the new on the top left, I'm going to click plus new, and I'm going to click upload files, and I'm going to upload a bunch of screenshots. Now let's do some organization. I'm going to click new and click new folder and type in screenshots and click OK. I can now click and drag some of my screenshots into the screenshots folder, and if I double click it, we can see they're showing up here. I can right click one of them and add it to my bookmarks. I can rename it in the bookmarks section. I'm going to leave the name just like it is, and now we can see it show up on the bookmarks. One of the interesting quirks I've seen here, if I go ahead and delete this file and then click yes, it's going to continue to show up in the bookmarks section even though it's been trashed. When I go into the trash and I right click it and I delete it forever, it continues to show up in the bookmark section. Another interesting quirk I've noticed when it comes to uploading, if I wanted to upload the entire screenshots folder, for example, and I right click and click upload folders, nothing happens. This container is still under development, so go ahead and file some tickets if you find anything else that I didn't find. I could also right click this and create public access links if I want. By clicking the add button, I can give this an ID, set a password and expiration date if I wanted to, and a number of access limits. I'm going to leave all this blank just to create it and hit OK. And hit OK. Now when I right click this and I look at public access, we can see the screenshot link is here. Thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to get the latest updates on home labbing as well as all things self-hosted. If you want to have a longer conversation with me, jump on Discord. You can find an invite link in the video description below. I want to know what you guys are using to manage your cloud storage. Do you like Phylum? Are you using Nextcloud? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and as always, stay curious.